So today's episode really wants me to start singing to the tunes of Spice Girls. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Today's episode number 6, we're talking about tangible outcomes, and really highlighting what they say they want versus what they actually want. And I'm talking about your prospects and your clients. And this is one of the biggest conversion killers I see. It's the gap between what your clients say they want and what they actually desire. Okay, and this gap is costing you sales. It cost me many sales. I've lost many prospects because of this. And you realize because you're not talking to their real motivation. You're not talking to the reason why people would put down money, right? So I saw this happening when people were ghosting me after discovery calls, and why offers felt flat even when you know you can get them results. The thing is that your clients, your prospects, aren't lying when they tell you what they want, right? But they're not also telling you the whole truth. And this comes with their own clarity of what they're looking for, because maybe they're telling you what they think they need based on what they've heard or seen from the marketplace or from their peers, whatever is going on, right? So most often it's lack of clarity. And so we really need to decipher whether they're scratching the surface or actually saying, opening up the reality. So let me start with my own business. When prospects come to me, they say, I want to build my audience. I need help with my content. I want to be more visible online. But really and truly, what they actually want is they want to monetize. They want to monetize their audience without these massive launches or expensive ads. They want their content to do the selling, so they don't have to feel pushy or convincing in sales calls or sales conversations. They want qualified prospects to reach out to them to ask, where do I pay? How do I sign up? Instead of chasing lukewarm leads, right? So you see the difference. One is a surface desire, the audience building. The real desire is predictable income generation that feels aligned. So these are things that they think they need, but they're not the reasons why they buy. The reasons why they buy, the reasons why they invest is not audience building. It's not audience growth, but predictable income generation. That is the reason, the motivation. So instead, if I create content around building your audience, and I do, I attract people who want followers. If I create content around turning your expertise into consistent 5 to 10K months without feeling sleazy, I attract people who are ready to invest seriously. Take note of the difference, okay? There is a higher motivation and more stake in the game, right? In the latter. So here's what we want to uncover. There is the surface level, and then there's the reality level. Your role, whether that be in one-to-one communication or one-to-many communication, your role is to bridge between surface and reality. So let's take some examples. Surface level, what they say is usually very vague and industry influenced. For example, I want to find my purpose, or I need better work-life balance. The bridge, your bridge, is really asking the question, what that enables. If they had that thing, if they had better work-life balance, for example, what would be different? What would that look like specifically? And then we come to the reality level. That is the tangible, the day-to-day life experience they are craving for. So for example, a mindset coach. Surface level, your prospect may tell you, I want to get out of survival mode. The reality of that is, I'd have enough energy to enjoy time with my kids instead of just getting through the day. I'd stop snapping at my partner. I'd become less irritable. I'd read a book before bed instead of scrolling because my brain is too tired. So the real desire isn't about getting out of survival mode. It's about being present with family and having mental space for simple pleasures. What you help them do on the process in the journey is get them out of survival mode first, and whatever it is that your protocol is. But the reason why they invest with you is not to get out of survival mode, but to do the things they're able to do once they're out of survival mode. So a creative coach, for example, surface level, I want to overcome my creative block. What the heck does that even mean? Okay, what does that look like? What does that block look like? And what are you able to do once you overcome your creative block? The reality would be I'd finish my novel, I'd find an agent, I'd turn my poetry or my pottery or my whatever, my art into $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 amount side business. I'd stop feeling like I'm wasting my talent and actually contribute financially to the family. Their real desire here is financial contribution and fulfillment through achievement. So once you understand the reality level, your content not only becomes magnetic, but your content starts converting, because these are the real reasons why people invest. These are the real motives for your prospects to put money down on the table, to put skin in the game, right? And once you understand this, you would see a difference in your sales. So instead of ready to overcome imposter syndrome, you can write ready to walk into your next board meeting without rehearsing what you'll say and questioning whether you belong at the table. So instead of saying time to heal your money blocks, you can write time to check your bank balance without that familiar knot in your stomach and actually feeling proud of what you've built. Right? You see the difference? You see how the second version paints a picture that is motivating, that is activating, that gets the right person in your audience to think, yes, that is exactly what I desire. So this really starts to transform now your how you position your offers. So you're not selling the process, you're not selling what they don't want anymore, but you're selling the outcomes, you're selling the tangible, you're selling the results. And high caliber clients, premium clients are investing in outcomes, they're investing in solutions for them to achieve their next thing. Okay, so a poor way of positioning would be, for example, 3-month mindset intensive to clear your blocks. A more activating statement would be 3 months to go from checking your bank balance with anxiety to making financial decisions with confidence. The more powerful version sells the life experience and not the methodology. People don't buy your transformation for transformation's sake. They buy it for what transformation enables in their actual life. And don't get me wrong, there are people who buy transformation for transformation's sake. And I hate to put a very general sweeping statement here, but what I've seen, the patterns I've seen in the industry and the patterns I noticed in myself when I was buying transformation for transformation's sake, is people stuck in the development world. It's the self-development, personal development junkies who never go beyond and are constantly in obsession fix-it mode and always feeling like something is wrong with them. But they're never quite advancing, right? So you need to be very careful with who you're attracting and why you're attracting them. The next step is really to understand and to uncover this reality level, moving from surface level to reality level. Start with their stated desire. Start with their stated desire. Then ask, if you had that, what would be different about your day-to-day life? Activate the coach in you. Start asking coach questions. What would you be able to do that you can't do now? What would you stop worrying about? And keep digging until you find something, until you get to something that is concrete and emotional. And when someone says, I'd sleep through the night without my mind racing, I'd sleep through the night without having to get up at 3 a.m. for a scroll, or because whatever, I need to pee, or because of a hot flush, or because of all of these things, then you've hit the reality level. You found the real desire when you reflected back and they get emotional, eyes light up, they lean forward and they say, yes, exactly, that's exactly what I want, with real, genuine energy. Remember, people don't buy what you do. They buy what their life looks like after working with you. When you speak to what they actually want instead of what they think they should want, everything changes. Your content resonates deeper. Sales calls and sales conversations and conversions of your landing page feels easier and more effortless, and clients get better results because they're getting what they were seeking all along. That's all from me today, folks. Hope that serves you.